here is singer-songwriter, broadcaster, audio-video artist, entertainment agent, and your host for the Dharmic Evolution. It's the master storyteller himself, James Kevin O'Connor.
Hey, welcome back to the Dharmic Evolution. We've got a treat today. Yes, we're going south to Florida. St. Petersburg, one of my faves on the west coast of Florida. And we have Pianist, singer-songstress, and Berklee Alumni. She is paving a new path for music with her mixed styles of jazz, classical, neo-soul, and pop. The gypsy pianist, singer, composer, and producer writes on subjects of love, loss, heartbreak, and inner wisdom. Angelic grooving melodies paired with dynamic emotional storytelling. That's right up my alley. With over 100 songs in her prolific catalog, she's set to release her debut EP this year. So let's not wait another moment. Let's strap up our seatbelts because we're taking a ride today on the Dharmic Evolution with Ivy Alex.
Are you a singer-songwriter, author, speaker, or thought leader? Have you been looking for a platform for your career? Well, the James O'Connor Agency has exactly what you are looking for. Find out how we write and produce big, amazing songs on Music Row for authors, speakers, thought leaders, and organizations like nonprofit and corporations. We also help singer-songwriters and artists by giving them a platform on Dharmic Evolution, a podcast designed specifically to broadcast your global career, now in 71 countries and with more than 161 episodes of artists all over the world from all genres. We know how to reach your target audience. Are you a dreamer like James? Then reach out today to James at thejamesO'ConnorAgency.com and find out how we can help your global career.
Ivy Alex, welcome to the Dharmic Evolution.
Thank you.
It's really great to have you here. And, you know, it's so amazing. This is the first time ever that I've interviewed anybody and we have the exact same microphone. So you have impeccable taste, I must say.
Thank you. I'd agree with you.
Yeah, it's really awesome. So how you're in Florida still, right? Or are you traveling around?
Mm-hmm. I'm still in Florida, yes.
And how are things?
The wind blows me elsewhere.
So you got a little bit of a nomad going on there, huh? A little bit of a
that wanderlust spirit. You know, I like to travel.
Yeah, it's something about the musical spirit that that we're kind of drawn to that. I think it's just I can't stay in one place too long.
No. Not at all. So I got to move around. I get antsy. If I'm in a place for more than 3 months, I'm like, I got to get out of here.
Yeah, I hear you.
Yeah.
So I'm really becoming such a fan of your music. I really love what you do. And
thank you, James. I appreciate that a lot. Thank you.
It's just so cool. You've got you've got this unique original style, which I'm so drawn to. Like when somebody is so different. I mean, that's very, very attractive to me musically. I just love to hear somebody who's going out and doing something completely different than anyone else.
Thank you.
And not only that, but your melodies and your approach on the piano is just awesome. So what made you, like you're a Berklee student. You went to Berklee, right?
Yes. Yeah.
So that had to have had some impact on your talent and your ability. Can you give us... what was it about Berklee that contributed to your music as it sits now?
Well, I really feel like Berklee gave me so much information, a little too much too quick. And then it took me about 2 years after school to develop my own sound. And I had studied all types of music. I had studied jazz, rock, classical, the likes, reggae, funk, just everything. And when I got out of Berklee, having learnt, so much theory and so many different ways of writing, like we studied everyone from the Beatles to Stevie Wonder to Steely Dan, like, we studied the greats. And I think that that definitely molded the way I write. You know, I've listened to so much music. I definitely pick things out of different genres that I like and incorporate them into my own sound. But I didn't really get my own sound until 2 years after Berklee, when I could actually utilize all that information. So it took some time, but a lot of jazz influence Berklee had on me, for sure.
I hear that in your riffs. It's like you'll be floating on something, and then all of a sudden you'll come in with these accents. And it's like, it throws me into, that's like sort of jazz, or, you know, I won't say fusion, but almost like traditional jazz. You throw it in and it...
syncopated. I like to syncopate stuff, because I learned that at a really early age. When I was like 8, I learned how to syncopate like jazz. And I just love that. I love, you know, being kind of off and, you know, blending rhythms and just blending things.
Yeah, I mean, that's really awesome that you did that, and for you to have that well of, you know, musical influence to draw from, and then I find that like just really incredible that you know all the artists you just described, and then you picked this. It's like it's like awesome, you know, like wow, how did you do that? That's really pretty cool.
I really don't know, because I've been writing since I was 10. From what I remember, I've been writing since I was 10, and it was kind of like ballad rock when I was young.
Right.
That's the kind of stuff I was writing. And then a lot of stuff in 4. And then after Berklee, it was a lot of like 5/4, 6/8, you know, rhythms, and just exploring different feelings. But, you know, I think that comes with growing up.
Yeah.
Like you go through experiences, and then you feel differently in that experience, and then you draw upon that to create. You know what I'm talking about.
Isn't that great though, when you're shaken out of your 4/4 comfort zone and you say, like, I just wrote a song in 6/8, and you know, where did that come from? Or, you know, like you said, you experiment with different timings, and it brings just such a delightful, different, you know, sonic landscape. You know, which
Thank you.
Yeah, it's very, very cool. Let's not keep everybody in suspense too long. So we're going to play Lust. Here we go.
Hanging around, pulling me down, calling me baby. You know that I'm worth more than your words, driving me crazy. I found another place for my heart, a new chapter to start. You're in, then you're out, and you were so down to be my baby. Tied up in lust, no way I could trust being your lady. I forget you gave me head expecting nothing. Lucky me, I swear I didn't try to lead you on, but you know what you want, and that's what I want. You turn me back on. in lust. No way I could trust being your lady. I've been at it so long, busy making memories. I've cried, laughed and sung. Follow me down this brick road, and you'll know life's been like a movie so far. I have no complaints, only that you should have stayed, boy. No trouble here and no regrets with you. Maybe in another life you'll love me too. But you're in, then you're out. You were so down to be my baby. Trust being your maybe.
Wow, lust indeed. So this is very, very, very cool. And I just love this song. And especially at 2:44, the heavens open and these angels come out of the sky, like completely out of the blue. And it's like, where did that come from? And it made me actually, this first time I heard it, sit up straight and turn around. I went back to my audio gear and cranked it up, you know, and
wow, thank you.
Yeah, really beautiful. You have like incredible background vocals. I mean, your voice is wonderful in itself, but the backgrounds are like, wow, they just sound amazing. Yeah.
I have a lot of fun doing harmonies and stacking harmonies. It's so much fun for me. Like that's the funnest part about, you know, recording a song. So, but I liked the idea of this song being very naked and vulnerable, because it is. And I didn't want to, I always have to have like that climax or that rise in the song that makes you, oh, whoa, like that's the moment, you know? And I had to throw harmonies in there. I just had to.
Yeah. But you know what I also really like, Ivy, is when you came to like almost to the end, there was another part of the song where I almost said, I'm expecting that to come back in, and you didn't put it in there. And I thought that was really clever and cool too, because it's a one-time appearance of it, and it makes you focus more on the dramatics of the song, especially maybe in another life you'll love me too. So tell us about the subject matter of this song. This is a great song.
Well, I did want to touch on it. We had like that's when we recorded those harmonies, it was so beautiful, and we placed them in the song a couple times, and we listened to it front to back, and we're like, no, it's too much.
Yeah.
So yeah, sometimes you have to like record it and try it out, and then ultimately decide that your first decision was right. You know, I think that's like a producer's joke. You know, after 20 takes, oh, just this is the last one, 21, last one, and then they use take 2.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was fun recording that. The subject of this song is very vulnerable and I feel like it's been a theme throughout my life with, you know, relationships that I've been in. And I think, you know, it's a very like sad ballad to me. You know, other people may feel it differently, but it's sad. So I was in a heartbroken place, and but at the end of my songs, I like to be hopeful.
Yes.
So you know, maybe in another life you'll love me too. So it's okay if you don't love me the way I want you to love me this life. We got next life, you know?
Yeah. No, I picked up on all of that.
Yeah. And then I actually had hats made with that saying, maybe in another life, ...
Oh.
Because I think that can be taken, you know, either way. But yeah, I was in a very vulnerable place, and, you know, I liked that kind of like French ballad type, you know, 6/8 or 3/4 that it's in.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's sweet. It's a sweet song because I think people can relate to that, especially women, I feel.
Yeah. No, I felt it.
Fly the femme flag, but
Right. But I could feel the heartbreak in there. You know, it was definitely, and then like you said at the end, that was really cool because there's the light of hope comes in at the end. It's like, you know what? I'm really okay with this. I'm really cool with this, and everything's going to be okay.
Yeah.
You're also quite the writer. You've got a big catalog of songs, and I understand that this is like your year to like really get out there and show the world your catalog and all the hard work that you've put in, and it's blatantly obvious to me, like the amount of effort, because I know what it takes to write, you know, lots of songs and to get them to where they sound the way you're presenting them. That just doesn't roll right off. It takes rewrites and you know, and just like sweating over a certain passage, like you said, with different tempos and different, like where does it fit in? And sometimes as a singer, I'm sure you share this too, you'll go back to something you've written a long time ago and you'll just change a key and all of a sudden your voice is in a different place. Where did this come from?
Oh my God, I do that.
Yeah.
I do that.
And it's so healthy, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because it's like all of a sudden
it's
your
a different
range,
vibe.
yeah, your range is like stronger or something, you know? And it's like, I'm able to do more things with this song now, you know?
That's so strange that you said that. I've been writing and like I wrote for a long time in flats, G flat, B flat. Those two songs are in flat keys.
Right.
But Waterfalls and Lust. But for a while I was writing in E. And I had just recently found out, I think it was through a podcast or a TED Talk, that when somebody associates, I think it's a type of a hearing loss of some sort or color loss, they see yellow when E resonates. Like the frequency that it resonates is yellow, is the color yellow.
Right.
It's like the same energy. I don't know.
Yeah.
But it's just interesting to think about that. Like now I think about, wow, why was I feeling that yellow? Like, and what does that mean? You know, what is, because I don't know. It's just something I've thought about writing in E, like a specific key. Somebody might interpret it as yellow. Isn't that wild?
Yeah, that is. It's funny how the brain, you know, assesses different things and those frequencies, whether they're coming through, you know, audio canal or visual, something's happening to make you appreciate that, you know, like, you know, going back to a different key, like where do these, and it's such a, it's like the nuances and the finiteness of it all is so subtle. But then when you get there, you go, yeah, it's subtle, yet look what I'm able to do with these notes now. Like I wasn't able to shape them in the same way that I was doing it in A major. And I'm now, you know, in B flat or B or whatever, you know?
Yeah.
I think that's cool because it just shows how, like, you know, I'm not a schooled musician, but just through time, I've always had this innate ability to write songs, but it's like you just never know enough. It's like you learn something new every single day. And every time you step up and perform a song, you know, something new comes along.
Absolutely.
Which isn't that great? But it's that way.
It's great because it keeps you growing, you know, like I wouldn't want to write in one type of genre for the rest of my life. In fact, I'm releasing this an EP soon, and I'm already working on a mixtape afterwards of beats. Like I'm just going to put out beats that I've been working on that are just fun, totally different. They're like hip hop. They're all over the place. And it's going to be like all instrumentals, but it, you know, it's fun. Like weaving in and out of genres.
Yeah. What's the title of the EP you're going to put out?
The EP I'm going to put out is called Fool for Love.
Fool for Love. I like that. Yeah.
Thank you.
Do you have a title track for that, or?
Well, Waterfalls is the title.
Oh,
the title track.
Okay.
So,
well, we're going to get to that one. That's another beauty. So why don't we do the dark side now? I'm going to play this one for you folks. You're really going to like this.
You are mine, I am yours for the taking. But you don't take, you just break me in two. What's a world without darkness to shine through? No one really knows the dark side of you. No one really knows you quite like I do. Rum and wine pass the time with our nonsense. Big ideas blowing smoke through the room. Happy days, oh they glitter and glisten. No one really knows me quite like you do. No one has to know I'll always love you. Hello friend, it was an honor to know you when you were in your golden years. I hear it's been all downhill since I left you. All along I think I already knew that I was never going to be with you. Ba-ba-da-da-da. Now I'm on the other side of the moon.
Ivy, that was beautiful. Beautiful song. I mean, it didn't feel dark at all to me.
Oh, thank you.
That was crazy good. So
Wow, thanks.
give us a story on the dark side.
Oh, I was just thinking about the guy that this song was written about today.
Oh, were you really?
Oh, wow. So this song is a little bit of a, I wrote this song right before I broke up. I ended things with an ex of mine. And it was something that it just came to me. I just started playing it, and it helped me move on with my life, because sometimes I don't fully acknowledge my heart's feelings until I'm at the piano and I'm speaking the truth of how I really feel, or singing it.
Yeah.
So this was obviously the truth of how I felt about our relationship. You know, it had just kind of come to hanging out, and you know, just not anything productive, or it wasn't healthy. And this song helped me realize my true feelings and allowed me to move on. And at the end of the song, it's kind of paying homage to Pink Floyd's Dark Side of the Moon.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because it's called The Dark Side. And
yeah.
I mentioned the moon. So yeah, it's my little like homage to Pink Floyd. But yeah, it helped me move on writing this song, which is the truth of it, really.
Sometimes we feel this allegiance to like in a relationship. I think like it's kind of it's not true, but we almost feel compelled to stay in it out of some sense of duty, rather than this is really good for either me or him or both of us, or neither of us.
Yeah.
And it's like, all right, I have to, it's almost like, well, I'm working a job now. And I don't mean it like that, but it's kind of like you just keep showing up, and you know it's not right, and it's going nowhere, and you know in your heart that it's not good for you and it's going to end. And I think it's just very uncomfortable for us to try to deal with it. And then Yeah,
I've heard somebody interpret the song like everybody has a dark side.
Yeah.
And I didn't even think about that, really. I mean, I sing about that for a second, but that's not the basis of the song to me. But that was how somebody had interpreted it, and how it's relatable, because everybody has a dark side. So, you know, it's really cool to see how, you know, people interpret the song. But yeah, it is light. It's not dark. It's very hopeful, kind of, you know?
Yeah. You know, when you're in your writing world, what's the best process or part of that for you? And I'll just give you an example. For me, it's always like when I finish a song, I feel like I just wrote my first song, and this is literally hundreds or maybe thousands of songs later, and that feeling never goes away. For you, what is it for you like when you're in that process of working and you've got a song and you're excited about it? What's that feeling, or the best feeling for you when you're in that world? What is it like for you?
Well, I will say I've just been hyped about these loops.
Okay.
The loops are awesome because it's very freeing. It's a different instrument, kind of, you know?
Yeah. And these are the beats you were talking about, right?
Yeah, I've been making beats with these loops and plugins, and that right now for me is so exhilarating, because I'm not doing it for money. I'm not doing it for anything. Like, it's just totally free. And when I blend those tracks together like that, I just feel like it's the best music in the world that I'm creating. And it's just, you know, it just makes me so elated. And that's why I do this.
You know, it must be, it must be kind of a nice break for you too, because being where you can get away from, for me, it's guitar, for you, it's piano, but you're kind of, that's your instrument, you know, and this way you can look at your voice as the instrument, or, you know, metaphorically, the voice of the song. Like, what is the voice of this song? And I'm not chained to a guitar on this one or a piano. I'm kind of letting my mind and my creativity like run a little wild without being tethered to something. Isn't that cool?
It is so much fun.
Yeah.
I understand why people suggest that, like writing on a different instrument. In fact, I think my first song was written on guitar.
Uh-huh.
And I suck at guitar. I can play 3 chords. So my first song was like just me messing around on an instrument I didn't know.
Yeah.
And it's just so wonderful how far you can go with that, you know, compared to something that you know so well. And you're like, oh, well, I usually go here and this is my muscle memory. And it's natural for me to go to this chord.
Right.
You know, it's liberating. So that's been very fun and free. Yeah. Like you said.
That's what somebody put out a Facebook post, and I think it was a young kid who was trying to learn to play the guitar, and he said he started talking about bar chords. Oh, they're so hard. Should I be doing this? And I wrote something like, no, use open string chords.
Yeah.
It's more freeing and creative. And then, and of course, I wrote underneath it, but if you're a neophyte, if you're new to this, you need to learn bar chords because it's really part of it. But I use a lot of alternate tuning because I like going into a space where I don't know anything. I have to figure out all these chords all over. So everything's fresh and new. And it's like, wow, this sounds so cool. So to your point, to get away from the box, the norm, is always healthy for a writer, I think, more so than anything else.
Yeah, James, you should try it. You should try the loops.
Yeah, no, it's on my list because I've had people on with are doing a lot of EDM, and I find that really, really attractive. And I could probably end up in the same zone that you're at and just be digging it and loving it. You know, maybe just play lead guitar to it or something. You know?
I'm gonna send you some links.
Oh, I'd love to see it. Yeah, that'd be awesome. Hey, tell me what do you like to do when you're not working relentlessly on your music? Do you like nature? Do you like to work out? Do you like to go bowling? Do you like to play cards? Cigar bar?
I like to make music when I'm not making music, I will say.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I have been in this little hub right here, just pumping things out. But I like to, this is going to be a little, I'm going to bring this up. I like to go to a kava bar called Bula Cafe, which is here in St. Pete, and it's kava is spelled Kava. I used to work there when I was really young at this kava bar. And it's just a place where people get together and they drink this kava, which mellows you out. And I'm a very rambunctious person anyway. I got a lot of fire, so it's really good for me instead of coffee. And it's very communal. So I really like, I get really pumped up when I'm working on my music. And that can be a little bit of an ego trip sometimes, even though it's fun. So I like to chill out and go to the kava bar and, listen to somebody's crazy story about what they did yesterday,
That's great. Does that, I bet that fuels your songwriting, right? In some ways?
It's a break. It's definitely a break. But I really love getting inspired by people like Abraham Hicks and Tony Robbins and Oprah. I feel like I'm always learning and journaling my thoughts down. I write 5 pages a day. And I do lots of walking. I have 2 dogs that I take care of. So lots of walking. But yeah, I just got back yesterday from the Springs because I live in Florida and it's really easy to just hop in the car and go to a spring. So
what
that
do you
was
mean
beautiful.
A spring? Like a natural spring or like?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So there's springs all throughout Florida that stay in the low 70s year round.
Yeah.
While it's 90 plus degrees outside and humid. So it's amazing.
Wow, I'm going to have to check that out next time I'm down. I love that idea.
Of course.
That's really awesome. When I'm one thing I learned a long time ago from a songwriter conference I went to, one of the featured speakers, he eavesdrops, and I started doing it years ago. And I always keep my my little black books with me everywhere I go. And I'll go like you went to have the kava, and I'll just sit there and I'll listen to conversations. And it's incredible how you know, I'm like sort of a rock storyteller type of guy, and but the things people come up with, and they don't know what they just said in a flood of conversation, you'll pick out some really cool phrase that somebody kind of just came out with. So I'm always jotting this stuff down and like, you know, gluing things together from all parts of the country or wherever I am, and just saying, cool. When I'm stuck with something, I'll go back and go, oh yeah, this was a really, or I'll get a song title out of it, or something like that, you know?
Yeah, but, that's cool.
Wherever it comes from, the inspiration, like for instance, I'm pretty eclectic for my listening taste, but when I'm chilling, I listen to finger-style guitarists, instrumentals. That's my favorite thing. I won't listen to anything else.
Yeah.
And I'll just pick up something, you know, from that. So I think we got to play Waterfalls now. What do you think? This is so cool. If you piano lovers, wait till you check this out. Here we go.
Walk 1,000 miles to you. Know that I will cry for you. Know that I will fight for you. Anything for you. Wished upon a star for you. Know I'm always wanting you. Ooh, ooh, ooh. No, I'll never do you wrong. You're the muse to all my songs. You are where my heart belongs. I could kiss you all night long. Ooh, I got my magic man. Now my heart can stand alone.
Ivy, this is amazing. And I love the cover art on the front of Waterfalls. That photograph with you with the hat and the glasses.
Thank you.
Very cool. It's almost like you're a different person. You look completely, you look like the hot librarian. You have this studious.
That's what I was going for.
Yeah, you have this intellectual look about you, you know, but you're dressed, you know, very, you know, like cool fashion, you know, and the backdrop's amazing too.
Thank you.
Was that done in Florida?
That was taken in Cozumel, Mexico.
Oh, I've been there.
At a place, I forget the name of the beach, but yeah, a couple of my friends who I had met on the cruise ship when I worked there, they decided to take me up on doing a shoot. And yeah, I think there's something captivating about like the vision. Like I'm looking forward to the future, you know?
Yeah.
And those glasses, I just love those glasses because they do make you feel more intellectual. Like putting glasses on does give you a different persona. Putting a hat on gives you a different persona.
Yeah.
You know, there's different ways that people can bring about certain qualities of themselves by the props that they wear.
Yeah.
So I liked the magic of the hat. The hat was like, it's like there's magic in there, and then what am I seeing through those glasses? Like, what is my perspective? And
even from the side, you look like you have a really intense look on your face. Like you're like you're investigating. You have a very subjective glow about you. Like what is this that I'm looking into? You know, is it?
Yes, because you know you can't trust nobody.
I know.
Can't trust nobody.
It's almost like I'd hate to go up against her in a board meeting right now because she looks like she's ready to kill.
Yes, that's awesome. That's so awesome.
Yeah.
Well, you know, it's funny because the song, you know, I wrote that song, Please Come Back to Me, and I was hoping that this man would, because we were in a relationship and he like slowly ghosted me. And when that picture was taken, I was still falling for him, but I had questions and reservations. I was like, there's some red flags. And yeah, intuitively I knew. So I think that reads.
Right. You got it. Tell us about the piano playing on that one. That was really so beautiful. It captivates the title perfectly, like the way you approached the piano, and that was amazing.
Yeah, it didn't take many takes to get the piano for this song. I was hopped up on a bit of coffee, so I was like
just came back from a couple of cavas.
But I recorded it on a C4. It was a baby grand Yamaha. And I love a real piano. Yeah. You know, recording on a real piano, you capture all of the emotion that my fingers can do, you know? Right. So it had to be on a Yamaha because it had to be bright and it had to be a real piano. It just had to be. So yeah. And plus I wrote the song on a real piano. I think that's the key. I wrote the song on a baby grand black Yamaha piano, which I played every night. So, right. Yeah, I had to record it like that.
Do you find when you're traveling, piano is a hard thing? Is it a hard thing for you to find, like do you have a process of, hey, I'm a piano player and I'm going places? Because I've been thinking about I can write on a piano, but I want to like learn it, like really, really start playing. But it's like I haven't figured out like the process of where do I go to find a piano when I'm like traveling, you know?
Yes.
You go to churches? Where do you go?
This is scary. Like, you know, back in the day, that was not the case. You would find a piano in every bar. Yeah. Just every bar, even if you know what I mean? Like, right. Pianos were like a piece of furniture and you were allowed to play them, unlike the airports where they're literally just for show and like, what's the point? You know? Yeah.
Even the hotels don't have them anymore like they used to.
They just don't. You know? And it's disappointing as a pianist. And I think that if you are a pianist, you should charge more money to perform because it's not as portable as a guitar. Yes. And I know that you guys have your amps and all that, but our instrument is so big. And like, I think about organ players and, you know, people who are like bringing a Rhodes and at Worley around, like it's really difficult to move these
crazy.
things.
I
I bought
know.
my car for my keyboard. You know what I mean?
Right.
And if I asked to play a gig, like I played a gig in LA at Hotel Cafe, and I emailed them. I said, "Hey, I'm flying there. Do you guys have a keyboard with weighted 88 keys? Because that's what I play."
Right.
And they said, "Oh no, we have lightly weighted 76." And so I had to go out of my way, find a friend through the Berklee community, thank God, who said, "Oh, I'll just bring one over, if you can get me in the show for free. Like, I'll bring mine." Never met him before.
Yeah.
Awesome. So like there's positives to, asking for help. But I get to the gig and sure enough, it is an 88 key weighted keyboard. And,
Right.
the miscommunication made me have to bring somebody out who had an 88 key. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So
Yeah.
it's like, it's difficult. It's very difficult.
It is. I mean, yeah, it's crazy. I mean, I don't know how you do it. I mean, there are so many challenges to being out as a pianist.
If anybody wants to sponsor me, hit me up.
There you go, Yamaha. Are you listening?
Yeah.
You heard her play, so you can get some value out of this one.
Yeah, I've actually thought of contacting them because I think I think that would be good.
You should. We'll get them to
sponsor.
listen to this podcast and check out Waterfalls. Hey, are you by any chance using the Bose earbuds like I am?
I think we are using the same.
We're using the same
headphones.
equipment, Ivy. What is going on here? It's like
we have good taste.
I think
know.
we do. Impeccable taste. Yes, this is awesome.
Wait, do you have these headphones too?
No, I don't have
Audio-Technica?
those. Yes, I do. Not in white though. I have 2 pairs.
Get out.
Yeah, I do. I've been buying them for years. Yeah.
See? Yeah. You got to get a Yamaha montage next.
I know. There's nothing like good sound. I still have a DX7, but I access all of the Logic sounds, which are many, 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 sounds in there with that. So,
yeah.
But yeah, equipment's great. When you invest in something good, it stays with you for a long time. Hey, I also wanted to mention your Instagram logo is very, very cool. It has a almost like a cartoon character. What is that on there? It's really cool.
A friend of mine worked for Cartoon Network, actually. He was a sketch artist. And I met him at an open mic in LA. He's a mandolin player. And so he was up on stage with his buddy Sean. I was brand new to LA. This local, weekly open mic was a church for us musicians to get together, and his name is Ben Caro, I think. I will leave his information with you. He is fantastic, and I hit him up because he had done a couple flyers for me for free.
Yeah.
And captured my attitude and my huge keyboard, that was way bigger than me. He really captured like my truth.
Yeah.
And I asked him to do a logo for me. So I'm getting those printed on shirts this week, actually.
Ben Caro, what a job, Ben. Awesome.
I will let him know.
Yeah, as soon as I saw that, I said that is, and this goes back to, I just want to mention that watching what you're doing in addition to your music, you're paying a lot of attention to branding. Which I really picked up on because it's something I've been studying for a few years now, and you're really doing the right thing. The way when you see Ivy Alex, you pick up on there's a quality and there's a consistency that's flowing through your brand, and it's a real hard thing to do, right? I mean, I stumbled and still I don't have it totally together. I'm far better than I was a few years ago, but. It's a long, winding road to.
It's always changing.
Yeah,
it's always changing.
It's like who is the quintessential, authentic person who is behind this music, and you're always trying to put that out there in a positive way to say, am I putting out the right content of what my image is, and does this have value? But that's what I picked up on what you're doing is seems to have a consistency and a quality to it, which I think is very attractive. So yeah, keep it going, whatever you're doing.
Thanks. Yeah, quality over quantity. Because I had a lot of songs up on my SoundCloud,
Right.
for a while.
Yeah.
And I took them all down because I was like, no, I can't show this to the world yet.
Yeah.
It's not ready.
Right.
So
good for you.
I think it's important, you know?
Yeah. No, it's most of the branding expert people will say just what you said. Just put out, you don't need to put out a million things. You need to put out 2 or 3 good things and have them like really shine, you know. And have
it's
people,
so true. You have to be proud of your work. I mean, you're gonna fall sometimes in life, but you know, you should be proud of as you worked as hard as you could on this thing that you want to share to the world, you know?
Yeah. And nobody gets that but another artist. Like people have no idea how hard it is and how hard you have to work. And I'm doing this vocal for the 15th or 20th, or in my case, the 50th time, but I'm going to get this right.
More like 50th.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
absolutely.
So tell me, you know, we could stay on for another hour, but we got to wrap up. But tell me about like going forward. And incidentally, I want to inspire everybody to go to YouTube and check out Waterfalls on Ivy's channel. Just type in Ivy Alex at YouTube and you can check out her videos. They're really special, and Waterfalls is pretty amazing.
Thank you.
So what are you looking forward to, Ivy, like the rest of the year? You're rolling out this catalog. You're working on, I think you're working on licensing. You're working on everything. So
yeah, of course.
So give us first of all your ambitions for the rest of the year, and then also where can people come and visit you and support you and purchase your music?
Well, you can support me by coming to a show if you live in Florida.
Okay.
Right now I'm local.
In the St. Pete's area?
Right now. Yeah, I'm working on music licensing at the moment, which is another avenue for artists and singer-songwriters to work on having a steady, somewhat stream of revenue while they're booking themselves and giving lessons and, you know, what we all do. So I think that's really important considering how much music I have. But I am slowly releasing EPs to the public, starting with the 25th of this month.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Expect
10 days away or something.
See my EP, Full for Love. And I will be, you know, giving little bits here and there. So check the Instagram, check Facebook, all that. It's Ivy Alex Music. That's my handle for basically everything.
Okay.
And yeah, I'm really excited. After that, I'm probably gonna put out this mixtape of beats. I'm also working with a producer who I met online, but is in town, weirdly enough, in Tampa for a week. He graduated from FSU, but he's down in Tampa. So we're gonna work together, and I'm gonna be a feature on his newest single coming out. His name is Laguna Music. But so yeah, there's gonna be a lot of different types of songs that I'm putting out. So stay tuned.
I can't wait. I like I said, I am a fan now. I love what you're doing, and I'm so happy you came on the Dharmic Evolution to share.
Yeah,
your
thank
stories.
you, James.
Yeah, I really enjoy. I enjoy your music, and you're just a wonderful person on top of that. So.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, and all of God's blessing go with you, Ivy Alex.
Thank you, James.
Lust, The Dark Side, and Waterfalls. It's the new EP, Fool for Love. Make sure you check it out and support Ivy Alex. We talked about so many cool things. We both showed up with the same blue baby bottle microphone. We both showed up with the same headsets, the Bose earbuds. We talked about music licensing, the Cartoon Network, Ben Caro, mixtape of beats, Abraham Hicks, 5 pages a day, and don't forget the Bula Cafe. It all happened here on the Dharmic Evolution, not to forget at 244 in Lust, the angelic voices that came out of heaven. Thanks so much for being here today, and don't forget, if you're an artist and you have not yet gone over to the Dharmic Evolution Facebook community page, please check it out. I put it there for you to shine amongst the world. Artists all over the world post their content on there. If you got a new song, a new video, new photo shoot, a new story to tell, anything at all, put it up there. Or if you're an author, speaker, or thought leader, you have a new book perhaps, put that on there. We want to support you. That's it for me today. I'm your host for the Dharmic Evolution, James Kevin O'Connor, singer-songwriter, audio-video artist, master storyteller, and international talent agent. So until the next time, when we meet again, I'll either see you on the socials or I'll see you on the stage.